Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Tyranny. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today as we enter the court of Tunon. And we got a bunch of Fate Binders over here. Also, we have Bit Equip, Mocking Blades, Surveyors over there. Oh, I didn't see this before. And there's Tunon. I was saying, will we ever meet him? He doesn't appear to be too human. And he was the guy on the bottom left corner of the map. Yep. That's his logo over there, as you can see over there. Not the same one as Kairos'. So yeah, every one of us has our own standards. So let's go on in, and with a hiccup, let's see. Oh, come on! That was the perfect... Come on, game! Start to come... Anyway. Got some very fancy soundtrack. Was listening to it.
You call yourselves officers of Kairos' army, but your conduct falls short of my expectations. The court finds your accounts of Vendrian's well lacking, rife with misdirection and fallacy, fouled with baseless accusation.
The shadows beneath Tunon's cloak darken and flare around him. Murmurs of unease erupt in the court. What? Is he judging them? So you call yourselves officers of Cairo? Yeah, he's judging them, not me. Huh. Oh, yeah. Officers of Kairos' army. He's judging the fact that they're turned upon each other, right? Rife with misdirection and fallacy. I don't know how to act towards him. Let's suck up to him. I mean, I'm already halfway through that, and then if I can betray him at the end and see if I can become the Archon of Justice. I don't know if that's going to be the end game or something, but let's listen. Your Honor, says Albitronus, I have relayed the events as I experienced them. You can well imagine why my reservation conflicts with his. She makes a dismissive gesture to the Scarlet Corps' representative. On my honor, and on that of the Great General, I would sooner snap my sword than perjure myself before you, Archon. Oh, so you imply that falsehood comes easier to my lips than yours, says Bloodmulch. You're a fool if you believe the Archon of Justice won't see through your lies because the disfavored think themselves better than an honest gang.
Silence. The contradictions in your statements will be examined, and falsities threshed from truths. If we find you have perjured yourselves, Blood and Mark will see to your fate.
The Archon turns, and you feel his gaze upon you. Oh, am I gonna be the judge here? Maybe. So who's this Bled and Mark? He's got a badass name. Bled and Mark is Kairos' knife in the shadows, the unseen drop of poison that enforces the Overlord's will. He reports to Tunon the Adjudicator, serving in his capacity as the final word to those who hold Kairos' law in contempt. Few know the origin of the Archon of Shadows. Oh, he's an Archon himself. Huh. Or how Kairos maintains a hold on him. Those who anger the Archon never leave long past sunset. Okay, so I will try to remember that, but not about this one. I mean, I'm gonna try not to anger him too much.
Fatebinder.
Yes?
We will start with the matter of the Archons. Graven Ash and the Voices of Nerat have declared war upon each other. In addition to violating Kairos' peace, they have thrown the conquest of the Tears into disarray. By all accounts, these hostilities began shortly after your arrival. Tell us what transpired.
Well, actually, it's pretty simple. Before I read the answers there, it's pretty simple. So this happened before in the conquest character creation process, where we chose one or the other army for different situations, and I did the same exact thing this time around. I just chose one army and the other. And what happened is the Voices of Nerat attacked me because he didn't like me. And of course, Graven Ash to protect me, and they didn't kill him. I'm still not completely certain what happened there. I didn't go back and look through the footage because I just wanted to play. But yeah. Let's see. It seemed the mutual spat. Let's see, don't go with that, maybe. The Archons have been at different minds since the start of this war. Ah, come on. I think the first one, this is the more truthful one, and this is dismissive. So I don't want to, I'm not going to dismiss that. Let's go with this one. The Archons could not agree on who should lead the siege and descended into accusations of treachery. It seemed a mutual spat. The disfavored were more deserving of the honor, says Albitronus. Our tactics and training outmatched the Vendrian Guard at every turn. What balderdash? Okay, balderdash is apparently a thing. The disfavored couldn't tip over a straw hut if they had a week to strategize. Our howling mob was better equipped to overwhelm the Vendrian Guard. Our recruits were ready to throw themselves at the enemy. If only Ash and his legion would agree to a plan.
The Fatebinder presents testimony. I warned you both against speaking out of turn.
See?
Something more than a mere disagreement unraveled this campaign. But I will return to that in time. Let us speak of Ascension Hall. The disfavored sing your praises across the realm, though the Scarlet Chorus appeal for charges of treason. Perhaps you can offer a more enlightened account.
So I can say that I took the Citadel with a small unit of disfavored, which I didn't. Did I? I guess I did. Back outside, I guess. The interior wasn't exactly like that. Or I took the Citadel with my own cutting, employing a small group of disfavored as a distraction. Oh, that's the lie right there. Okay, yeah, let's go with this one. So yeah, I claimed the Citadel with a small unit of disfavored.
An efficient solution. The type I would expect from a capable agent.
Thank you very much.
Tell me, though, with the edict looming overhead and death the price of failure, why not employ the numerical advantage of the Scarlet Chorus?
Well, let's see. The voices of Nerat, or Nerat, apparently that's how it's pronounced, provoked Ash at every turn. I suspected treachery. That's true. The siege called for tactics and planning, not raw numbers. But I'm gonna go with that one more than anything, because that was why I did it. But actually, I would like, if this were a pen and paper RPG, I would also point out that it's not the price of death that would make me work any differently. If you work differently because you're gonna die as a failure, then you probably should rethink your methods. You need to always act in the best interest all around. Otherwise, you risk dying more if you don't do that. But anyway, let's go with this one. For a long while, the adjudicator hovers in silence, shadows trailing from below his robe.
I will consider this testimony at length. The court thanks you for it. Is there anything you wish to add at this time?
I've told you all that I know.
Your testimony is accepted by the court. The statements of our guests raise questions in my mind. There is much about this campaign that has caused me to wonder. A shipment of iron weapons was short on arrival. Where coveted iron is concerned, I don't believe it to be a clerical error.
Oh.
One of my agents recovered this seal in Echo Call. It belongs to a merchant collective. Lethian's Crossing is teeming with their kind. If you would root out treachery, I would advise starting there. Petitioners, leave us. I would have a private audience with the Fatebinder.
Oh.
Ascend and join me. You will find the way opened.
Thank you. So now we need to go to Lethian's Crossing to what? Speak with Tunon privately. Yeah, oh, damn it. I couldn't level up. Well, now we'll find out if the game lets me level up twice, because I didn't level up before. Of course, I need to find the trainers, but... ah, well. Ah, well, what can a guy do? It's a shame. It's a shame. Hopefully, min-maxing is not really that relevant. I mean, we're doing well. We're doing well. Let's see. I'm gonna need to go with a little bit more health over there. Try and be a little bit better on that front. And make myself a little bit more all-round better. What else do we have? We have over here Duelist. Requires 2... what is that for? Move faster in combat. Requires 1 talent. Okay, so when superior... replace dodge with parry while defending against ranged attacks. Well, let's see what your dodge and parry are. Well, they're kind of the same, so it doesn't really matter. That's why I didn't choose that before, right? So we got ranged, don't really need that. We got grants a bonus to lower skill. Charge up your magical staff. No, don't go with that. What do we have over here? Dual Mastery. Increases weapon damage while wielding a weapon in each hand. It allows basic attacks to strike multiple times. That's the one I want. Thank you very much. And then we have, well, that is that, actually. And also we have more abilities that I think I unlocked. And, oh, the spires. Oh, there's the spires. So we have 5 spires. There it is. So we have Spire management, and then we have, what is that? What's edicts? Okay, we had this before, right? I can make an edict? Edict of Stone. In the last year of Kyrus' conquest, when the Archon Cairn rebelled against the Overlord's rule, an edict was proclaimed upon the realm of Azure. To preserve our peace, the promise of safety to our citizens, all Archons must submit to our will. Any Archon who refuses proper submission must be brought to justice. Therefore, let the foundation of Azure be shattered and life drained from the land while the traitor Cairn draws breath. Is he alive? As tall as hills, Cairn is the Archon of Stone. Oh. Huh. So, is this not part of the Empire? What? Oh. Cairn is reluctant leader of the Earthshaker Guild, though he is less their teacher and more of the object of study. The massive Archon is sworn to Graven Ash and provides Oh, that's why that is destroyed then, I guess. Huh. So that one... I think so, because it kind of looks destroyed, doesn't it? Okay, there's not really any other selection over here. I might be missing... Oh, there's the Edict of Fire over here. And this was the one that we cast, right? It is our most solemn duty to protect the citizens of the Empire from all dangers, including the danger of knowledge. Yeah, and all that is forbidden. Oh, boy. That was actually a pain. But, well, it wasn't my call. It wasn't my call. So what do we have? Can we talk to these guys? Gain favor with Tunon. Oh, look at that. Ah, Cora, you return, unscathed and more acclaimed than ever, as seemed to be your way, says Fatebinder Nunoval. The Fatebinder of War claps you, what am I the Fatebinder of? Claps you good-naturedly with excessive strength on the back. Come, you must regale me with all that your journey has held. I could use a moment to respite between friends. Of respite between friends. He regards you with a warm, boisterous smile. Speak as you wish. I'd pay a boar's weight in rings to know your thoughts. He rakes a hand through his thick red beard and offers you a grin. Come, let us speak freely. How are you, so I will ask, how are you singled out to become a Fatebinder? I cannot speak for the other Fatebinders, but I joined the court when I was yet still a boy and impetuous beyond reason. I had been imprisoned with a death sentence for the crime of desecrating corpses. It was nothing so excited as you're no doubt imagining. I was merely burning corpses that awaited burial. Before the local authority could see me to the gallows, the adjudicator claimed me a great talent waiting to be realized, needing only to be steered. Why burn bodies? Corpses piling in the streets spread plague faster than the filthiest of rats. I was but 10 and a weak fighter. I did what I could for my homeland. And why was it a crime? Well, there was a time when even the Northmen were of superstitious stock. A time before Kyrus brought reason to the realms. The people of my city believed that, without proper rites, I was cheating our fallen warriors from returning to their lands. Returning to the land, yeah. Well, it's a good thing Tunon spared you. Oh, as I've said, the adjudicator saw within me something of rare value, as it is true for all of us. Yeah, you as well were chosen for our great court, for which I am grateful. As the Fatebinder of War, I rely heavily on your talents. Okay. So let's see. I'm curious about Tunion's masks. They can be rather unsettling, can't they? Even to one such as me, but I can assure you, the innocent need not fear their objective, emotionless gaze. What of the adjudicator's masks specifically would you like to know? What do you know about apparently oh, that's right, didn't this guy have different faces? It doesn't say over here, does it? But I think we read about this. Or no, it was the faces of Nerat, the voices of Nerat that had that as well. So what do you know about the silent face? Oh, the silent face is the face that Tunon shows to us now, and for that we are fortunate beyond belief. The silent face is a patient face, a face for listening as Tunon presides over all matters brought to the court, taking great pains to ensure all sides of an issue are heard. What about the face of resolve? Tunon's last known dawning, I guess, of the face of resolve was the moment he judged and called ruin to half the districts in the bastard city. Since then, he has ruled our northern tier justly, calmly, and with efficient diplomacy. And what about the face that is no more? Tunon is said to have worn a third mask in aeons past. I have heard rumors that the face displeased Kyrus and thus was destroyed, as happens to all persons and objects that displease our overlord. Have you ever seen Tunon change his masks? Well, in the way that you or I would change our raiment? No, not as such. And yet I have seen the masks shift. They switch without the adjudicator or anyone so much as laying a hand on them. It's not something you can watch unfold. After a time, you merely realize it has already happened. There is work enough for the court that we shouldn't occupy ourselves wondering over mysteries. Yeah, I guess. Could you remind me of the history and origin of the Fatebinders, please? The seasoned warrior rubs a finger against the line of stubble along his cheek. We are a relatively young order, though we have spanned these past 2 centuries. While the voices of Nerat and Graven Ash need armies to execute their will, Tunon wields but a modest court of vassals. We exist as the extension of his law. There is no place in all of Terratus beyond our judgment. Tell me more of Kairos' army and our allies. Ah, yes, with friends like these. Our work is often self-explanatory. Were you asking about the Scarlet Chorus or the Disfavored? The Scarlet Chorus. Their soldiers, Scarlet Chorus soldiers hail from every corner of every realm. As the chorus marches, it conscripts immediately from those it has conquered to replenish its ranks. There's no continuity of command in the chorus. Nerat encourages even, the strong to exchange their leaders. But the chorus has numbers, and brute force is almost always a viable solution, much as Rogalus insists otherwise. Besides, the Scarlet Chorus draws strength from the multitudes it swallows. Its blood chanters have taken knowledge from various tiers mystics, and many of the chorus's best soldiers were grown here in the south. What about the Disfavored? The Disfavored are the iron tip of Kairos' great phalanx, armed with the best weapons, the most comprehensive training, and led by the brilliant Graven Ash. The Disfavored have no equals in open battle. The Legion has a saying, Graven Ash protects. And it's no empty boast. The Archon of War is able to lend his will and strength to his soldiers and give them endurance beyond human limits. I have great respect for the Disfavored, but I know where I stand with them. They're a very close-knit band, all of them from northern families, many of them related to each other. Nouveau sighs with his smile wistful. But considering our role in the great hierarchy of... I can fault General Ash for being selective. I guess we were selective as well, right? We speak again! Let us speak genuinely and at length with one another. Now, of what matter would you have us discuss? The Fatebinder rubs his fingers along the edge of his jaw, regarding it with interest. So he's like a warlike fellow in himself, I suppose. At least the game is trying to portray him like that. But he is not actually a warrior himself. Or maybe he is actually. I'm a warrior myself, so it makes sense that he would be as well. I've claimed the Spire of Vengeance well. What do you have to say of that? Oh, I gained favor with Tunon as well. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. I'm almost at tier 4. So the court's whispers are true. The Fatebinder rubs his fingers along the underside of his chin, pondering his thoughts with great weight. After a moment, he offers you a wistful sort of smile. Someday, I would like to witness for myself this tower that has risen above the realms like a blade thrust into the sky. Yeah, well, you're welcome to it. I mean, not to the tower itself, but if you want to come over, feel free. I would hear of your past victories in the war or of recent events. Have you not yet tired of my tales, Cora? I do admit I never tire of telling them. Oh, very well then. Let me champion the feats of my conquest. Let the glory of Kairos' reign fall on any ears that would hear it. You may be interested to know that as of late, I have entreated a forge-bound smith to craft me an iron sword. One he claims will not break in battle. However, and rather unfortunately, there appears to be an extended period of delay for the delivery of goods promised, even for a Fatebinder, it appears. Yeah, and I guess that is that. So are we going to need to talk to all these guys? I'm not going to talk to them right now in great length. I'm going to do that on my way back. Hopefully I will be able to do that. Let's see what they are. Cora, I see you've returned to the fold. Your exploits in Vendrin's Well are the matter of some discussion, says Fatebinder Callio. The Fatebinder of Balance, apparently, regards you with a discerning eye, and for a moment you feel as if she is trying to peer into the very depths of your mind. What can I do for you? Callio touches a gentle hand on your shoulder. What does that mean? Is she coming on to me right now? So, has anything happened while I was away? Nunoval was dispatched to Stalwart to break the stalemate between the locals and the Disfavored. He proclaimed Kairos' Edict of Storms, shattering the country with winds unending. Really? Right now? Are you... Break this... Oh, okay. I was misreading this. But basically, yeah, okay. So actually, I want to read about that. I have some concerns about the war, though. You are free to share them with share them in my confidence. And she leans closer. Yeah, she's a little bit forthcoming. We cannot crush the opposition with such weak efforts. We are too lenient. Is that what I feel? Let's go with this one. Our armies squabble at each other's throats. Divided, we cannot win. Well, I'm less concerned about the armies than the Archons themselves. There can be no order when mountains collide. Who would you see as a champion? Well, neither. They're both at fault. And equally inept, to be honest. Her mood darkens. Huh. And then who would lead our advances? Or be left to deliver Kairos' peace? Would you wear this responsibility as a crown upon your head? You might find it a heavy burden to bear. I can handle it. The adjudicator trusts your prowess, but in this I am more discriminating. You should be as well. Okay, thank you for your time, Callio. Huh. Let's read about that thing that we just heard about, the Edict of Storms. Was it over here? Oh, there it is. So the year 430, which is the year we're in right now, right? So warrior spend, it doesn't say right there. It's gotta be. Actually, I know how to do that. I save the game and then I go to save the game. And it shows over there, right? No, it doesn't. It just shows the date that I'm recording this at. Okay, so let's read about the Edict of Storms because I didn't know that was cast right now. Let's see. So, in the year 430, which I believe is where we are, the Overlord proclaimed an edict over the realm of Stalwart. Those who in pride and in arrogance stand against the peace and order of our empire shall be ground beneath the stones... Okay, yeah. Shall be ground beneath the stones of their land. Let those who call themselves unbroken, who embrace the chaos of war in defiance of our order, be broken in the storms of our rage. Let our storm rage until the last blade be broken and our line of regent falls. Yeah, so there it is. I think we heard about this edict as well before, because I remember reading something about the Disfavored being attacked as well by the edict or something. Let's have a chat here with Fatebinder Rogalus. Fatebinder, you return. Rogalus looks you up and down with an inscrutable expression. I like him already. You look as if you have questions for me to untangle. Ask, I'm feeling generous. Okay, so tell me about some of the past Archons. Oh, no one is entirely sure how many Archons Kairos has killed, but I would guess it numbers several dozen or more based on the various histories I've been able to piece together. Where did you study when you were younger? I've been a ward of the court for as long as I've been aware. As a child, I demonstrated a wholly perfect recall, and I absorbed all that Tunon and my tutors had to offer. I remember hating all the lectures and wishing I could learn at my pace. Funny how I envied the sages of the Tears, how they could spend their whole lives reading and never exhaust their library. Of course, now the Vellum Citadel is nothing more than a burning waste. Yeah, that's true. Tell me about the sages. I will not speak of the sages. They are no better than charlatans and cons, wholly selfish in their ill pursuit of hoarding all knowledge from others. They are self-blinded by their own deceptions and clever manipulations. They alone cause their own undoing and are solely to blame for the burning library. I agree with... Didn't I say I like this guy? Didn't I say that exact thing when I burned them to a crisp in the character creation in the second episode? I think, was it the first one? I think it might have been the first one even. But yeah, I said that same exact thing. I said that I would like this guy, and I like this guy. One of the most grievous of wrongs, he says, in the known histories for which they can never be forgiven. Well, I'd like to know more about the Tiers then. The political entities of the Tiers are essentially split between the Bastard Tier, the Younger Realms, and the Free Cities. Of which would you like to know? Ooh, this is actually interesting. What can you tell me? Well, not that the other ones weren't, but this is new information. What can you tell me about the Bastard Tier? The Bastard Tier is the most northern of the tiers, and was the first to bow to Kairos' reign, though the knee they bent fell unwillingly. Kairos had his eye on the Bastard Tier for many years before he marched on their capital city. This is the hub of trade and commerce. Claim the markets and the people will follow. I'm curious to know more about the Younger Realms. The Younger Realms sprawl the middle of the southernmost tiers and can be catalogued as follows: Apex, Azure, Haven, and Stalwart. Azure was, I think, actually that's where we are right now. Azure was renowned for its exceptionally fertile land, which fed the Wall of the Tears. That was before Kairos' Edict of Stone blighted the land. Yeah, that's where it destroyed everything. Stalwart is also worth mentioning, for it comprises the wall of the southernmost tier, and proves the toughest and most defensible of the realms. It is often said that the other realms will not fall while Stalwart yet stands. The local army wages bitter war against the disfavored. Though the Edict of Storms has cut off the best of their defenses, it is only a matter of time before Stalwart falls. Yeah, we're gonna need to go somewhere. Is it over there that we are gonna need to go in terms of our quest? We need to go to Tunon, I know, but yeah. I would like to hear about the free cities. Oh, there are 3 free cities remaining. Last Harbor, Spyro's Maw, and Bears in Chains. That's a badass name for a city. The first and strongest of the free cities was the Setting Sun, which Kairos has crushed in 429 with the Edict of Tumult. After that, the remaining free cities were quick to surrender. See, that's how they do it. That's how he does it, actually. It's okay, back to my previous questions. What do you think about the other Fate Binders? Is he gonna say anything about that? You'll need to be more specific than that, I'm afraid. There is, on the last count, slightly more than a handful of us. Really? Okay, what's your opinion of the Fate Binder of War? Nunoval's keen, brash, and a hearty braggart with a fondness for bloodshed. He can be utterly unbearable at times. His justice is fair, even if he skews towards rather exacting and uncompromising punishments at times. You'll need to be more okay, so yeah, it just goes back to the same line. I kind of agree with his assessment, although I didn't find him unbearable. He was a little bit forward and rush, I guess, but yeah. What's your opinion on the Fate Island of Balance? Callio is the finest among us. Her discernment is beyond reproach, and she is perhaps Tunon's favorite. She has a mind for suspicion and observation that makes others uneasy. We who operate within the confines of the law have nothing to fear, of course. You'll need to be... Okay, yeah. What about me? What do you think about me? You follow an orderly path, regimented and organized. Perhaps too orderly for our station, but man, that is neither here nor there if you execute your job with wisdom. Be sure you don't stray from the path of chaos. To the path of chaos, not from the path of chaos. To the path of chaos. Down that way lies rebellion. Okay, well, that was okay. Then not really too informative. I really expect a little bit more of gossip, but sure. Can you tell me about the old walls and the Bane? Oh, that's right. The Bane. What about the old walls? We know little enough about the ancient structures, save that they predate all historical record. The forbidding ruins crisscross the tiers and north alike centuries before we raised our cities. The only one old enough to guess is likely Kairos. What about the Bane? The Bane are found in the old walls, but much of their defining quality still escapes me. They are creatures of smoke, claw, and fang. If you find... I heard that as well before. If you find yourself unfortunate enough to fight one, remember that spells are effective against them, but grab the attention of others lurking near. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that then. Let's discuss something else then. I guess it's farewell, Fatebinder Rogalus. And I guess it's farewell for you guys as well, because we're out of time. We're gonna speak to Tunon next episode. But for right now, or maybe to those guys, I don't know. For right now, look at them. Look at them. They're basically went to different places because they can't stand each other. Pieces of crap. Anyway, for now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Tyranny. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video. But above all, thank you so much for watching. I know I say it all the time in all the episodes and all my videos, but that's because I really, really mean it, guys. I'm really so thankful for everybody being here with me, enjoying this game. Like, seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.